Thanks for joining us for City Council Comments. I'm Steve Erickson along with Councilmember Pat Carlson. Today we're talking about both our May 6th and our May 20th City Council meetings. Thanks for coming in again.
Oh, it's great. It's been a year.
Yeah, we were doing a little bit of math and we can't believe you have not been here in a year.
I'm just so happy I'm back.
So I'm sorry you didn't. I don't hold the schedule.
It's the way the schedule goes.
But we're so happy to have you a year later and that you're here today to talk to us about both our May meetings. We're jumping into kind of getting into that busy time of year here in the next couple of weeks with summer events starting up, and it's also been pretty wet this week.
Yeah, man.
We've gotten a lot of rain.
We sure have.
So,
So,
what do they say? Spring showers bring our May flowers. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything has been blooming actually pretty good in the last couple of weeks. So
it's like a little chance to get those flowers and those shrubs in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We got that early on little heat wave, and then it's been a little cold, but hopefully we get back to the warm stuff here, and summer will be on the way. So we'll talk a little bit more about those upcoming events here shortly, but let's dive into business here to get started with our Tuesday, May 20th City Council meeting. We had two proclamations to start there with Poppy Day.
Yeah. It sure was nice to have the VFW, American Legion, and the auxiliaries come in, and Mayor Cook made the proclamation for May 23rd as Poppy Day, and great way to help our vets and honor those heroes who gave their lives for this country. The poppy sales were going on last week, but people are still welcome to come down to the VFW, and they can still get poppies and donate to support the many worthy veterans organizations. And also, if people just want to go down there and support the buy a poppy, donate for a poppy, and support the VFW, that'd be great. VFW has great food.
Yeah.
Bingo, a lot of things going on down there. So
music, I know they were streaming some videos I saw last Friday night.
They've got karaoke going on down there a lot. Yeah. They've got some great music, bingo, and fantastic food. So even though the Poppy Drive is over in the stores, people should go down to the VFW and support our vets.
All right, and the poppy is a commemorative symbol. It pays respectful tribute, it says, to those killed in war, and also benefits the living veterans and their families. So Poppy Day, again, that was May 23rd. We're taping this on Thursday, May 22nd. So Friday, May 23rd is officially Poppy Day. All right, moving forward, Council approved a temporary on-sale strong beer and wine license for the 4th of July community celebration to the Coon Rapids North Star Lions Club. Didn't want to talk about this necessarily for the liquor license. I know people probably appreciate that like to drink at the 4th of July, but we have our big annual celebration coming up here in just a little over a month.
Yeah, July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and every year Steve Wells, representing the North Star Lions, gets that 3-day temporary license, and every year he passes, and so need to have that too, so people can have a beverage during this event.
Yeah, that's great. So, as you said, July 2nd through the 4th, this takes place at Boulevard Plaza, which is on the grounds of the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Things will open with the carnival at about noon or 12:10 p.m. it looks like on Wednesday, July 2nd. That's actually the night of our parade as well. So 6 p.m. the parade starts near Anoka Ramsey Community College and our new Fire Station 3. So you'll be able to check that out. There's live music each night. And then, of course, the big fireworks show at 10 p.m. on the 4th, which is obviously the big draw.
As it should be.
And I know last year we had a little bit chances of rain and the possible cancellation.
It was crazy. It was like a darn hurricane trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But,
so hopefully we don't have to worry about the rain this year. But
it is just fireworks are just incredible.
Yep. And then also the all-class reunion is back this year as well.
They'll be on the 2nd.
Is that on the 2nd?
Yep, yes. Starting at 5 o'clock.
Yep, 5 to 10 it looks like.
Yep.
All right, you can get more information on the city's website on all these events. And again, this will also be on the newsletter that's coming out at the beginning of June. So watch your mailboxes for all of that information coming out in June.
As long as you said newsletter, got to get a plug in. Boy, that newsletter's fantastic.
Newsletter, I have it. That's what I was reading out. Here's the sneak peek of the cover. There you see the 4th of July. for June. So
If you haven't,
watch for this in the mail.
yeah, people haven't read this thing, read it. Oh, there's some great information in there.
Jam-packed, 20 pages of info.
Yep.
All right, moving forward, Council adopted a resolution accepting a bid and awarding a contract for the Fire Station 2 driveway and parking lot replacement project. Doesn't sound super exciting, but
No.
I think they'll be happy to get a new parking lot, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Yep.
This
They
thing's
certainly-
been falling apart a little bit, it sounds like.
It's real crumbly. It's real crumbly. And so, yeah, they're certainly due.
All right, so that project will be happening at Fire Station 2, I imagine, sometime this summer. And then also Council adopted a resolution awarding a contract for the Public Works roof replacement.
Yes. And boy, that bid was fantastic. The
Yeah, a
bids
lot
were great.
of our
Oh,
bids lately seem to be coming in lower.
The competition's been just great.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to use a competitive bid, as we should.
Right.
And boy, this thing, where we settled with McPhillips Brothers, was like about $70,000 less than the closest bid. It was a great bid, so
Which is great.
absolutely.
So that was awarded to, the contract was awarded to McPhillip Brothers Roofing Company. The base bid was $930,000 and one alternative of about $74,000 for just over $1 million. And this includes basically the removal and replacement of approximately 77,000 square feet of existing blasted EPDM roofing systems.
It's a big
And I'm
roof.
not going to say the other word because that was big too.
That's a big roof.
But basically, this roof is old as well.
Yes, yes.
Just like my eyes. And that will be being replaced now.
Yep.
It sounds like this summer that work will get going on that. It says if awarded, the project is expected to commence in September, actually, and be completed by the end of this year.
This is just one of those, many infrastructure projects that we need to stay up on.
Yep.
To keep things. We don't want a leaky roof in our public works building.
Yeah, nobody likes to spend $1 million on that, but
we
it's
need
just
to stay up on this stuff.
the reality. All right, Council adopted a resolution authorizing the submittal of federal funding application for the Trunk Highway 610 and East River Road full interchange project. I feel like we've been talking about this for years now, but we're still trying to secure additional money in order for construction to begin on this project.
Yeah. Getting closer, inching closer.
Yeah.
We need full access at 610 and East River Road.
Yeah.
It will certainly benefit the businesses that we have down there in the industrial park and off of East River Road. And it's, I kind of understand why they half built it, way back when they built it. I kind of understand why, but it is kind of unusual.
Yeah.
And so it's about time that we have full access.
Yeah, because we've always talked, you get stuck if you get on.
Oh, gosh.
If you get on 610, you're stuck going to Brooklyn Park to turn around. You can't get off at East River Road. Or
Brooklyn
Coon
Park
Rapids Boulevard.
is a fine city, Steve.
Yeah.
But boy, I sure hate going down there and having to make that U-turn 85th and come back. And I've had to do that a couple times, and I'll actually share that with you.
Right. You know what, Pat? I've done the same thing. But you know what? There's two options now since they did the extension of 610, because you can also go up to Noble Parkway and
Well,
turn
that's
around.
come around there, sure.
So we got two options. But in any case, they're looking for more funding. From my understanding, the design plans are over 60% complete. They hope to have those done by the end of this year, so the project is shovel ready to go whenever they can secure the additional funding to make construction happen on this project.
Hopefully this gets us there or gets us close.
Yeah, all right. So we'll be waiting on word on that. That's all we had to talk about from our May 20th council meeting. Jump back to our first meeting of the month now, which happened on Tuesday, May 6th. We want to start there with a proclamation for National Public Works Week. And actually, we're sitting in, when we're recording this actually now is officially Public Works Week this week. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like May 19th or 18th through about the 24th is National Public Works Week.
That's great. Mayor Cook had made that proclamation, and last Saturday we had the open house at the Public Works building, and what a fantastic way to see how things work. And it's funny, we kind of take it for granted. Every time you turn on that water, Public Works. Every time we have a big snowstorm and you're kind of wishing you'd get out of your neighborhood to go to work. That's all Public Works and streets, and boy, they keep things going.
Yep.
We rely so heavily on them. That open house is fantastic because you get to meet the people that make it happen and see some great equipment. And I'm so happy that we have that open house, and so people can really get to know the folks at Public Works and see the equipment that we use to make things happen.
Yeah, and the kids love it too. They're able to climb up in the cabs of some of the big rigs and sit in there and pretend to drive. So that's awesome. And I know we usually don't get a lot of, just usually our public works director and maybe city engineer are in attendance. But this year, the mayor actually went down and read the proclamation at the public works during one of their lunches and delivered cupcakes to them. So that was kind of neat to see, and I know they appreciated that. So, like you said, their work is kind of thankless. You don't see it every day, but you count on it.
Absolutely.
Your roads being safe, your water being working, all of that. Our park system and trail system, all that upkeep. So
Public Works is just so vital.
yeah, hats off to all the men and women in that organization. All right, so moving forward, Council adopted a resolution awarding a contract for the 2025 Reclamite Maintenance Project, and we also, Council awarded resolutions, or adopted resolutions awarding contracts for the 2025 Street Maintenance Program. So let's talk about some of these things that happen on an annual basis for our streets.
Yeah, we try as best we can to keep our streets kind of upgraded and get that extra coating on there, fill those cracks. Whether we're using the Reclamite or we're using the seal coating, just something to extend those roads as long as we can.
Right.
It seems like the roads are kind of targeted for about 30 years, although we are changing the way we build our roads now to make them thicker so they last longer. But this Reclamite, this can add 5-7 years to a road, and so it's just really like anything else, right? Like people need to keep their homes maintained properly to get the most wear out of their home. We need to do the same thing for our roads, and this is a continual thing. Something we do every year in different places just to keep our roads lasting as long as possible.
Yeah, and this then presents delays the need for the full reconstructions of the streets that are more costly and are assessed to property owners or a portion.
Yes, absolutely. And anything we can do on a less expensive way to keep those roads in good shape, we want to do it. And it's much cheaper than tearing out a road and replacing it.
Yep. All right, and then the awarding of contracts for the 2025 Street Maintenance Program. This is basically for things, I know it says it in here somewhere, for like pavement markings.
Crack sealing.
Yeah.
Seal coating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crack sealing, fog sealing of streets, trails, and parking lots. So this is done, and this is actually done as part of a consortium. There's about a dozen cities, I think, now that participate in this, and it helps keep the costs lower for everyone involved.
Another great move by our Public Works directors to keep us in this consortium, and this is the public's money, and it's just a great way to save a lot of money by working together with the surrounding communities to try to save money and get the best bid possible for this stuff. Yeah,
everyone needs to do their streets, so makes sense to kind of join a group and benefit from the group as a whole.
And to those contractors that are coming out doing the work, it works much better for them. Yeah. So it's great all the way around.
All right. Council considered a final plat for University Avenue Townhomes. This is at 10701 Butternut Street, September Sun Architecture LLC. This is a townhome project we've talked about several times now, and this is moving forward.
Yep. Right next to Peace Lutheran Church, University Avenue, 34 units.
Okay. So
it should be going up soon.
Okay, and we did talk about this because there was some concern from the neighborhood about traffic, the increased traffic on Butternut Street. The compromise that was come to was to have a right-in, right-out access onto University Avenue, so the access won't be off of Butternut, and then a fence is going up as well.
There'll be a 6-foot privacy fence as part of that, and that those concerns from the neighbors are very, very legitimate. There's approximately 34 homes on Butternut Street behind these townhomes that would have been basically doubling the number of residents on Butternut, which is used quite a bit as it is by people who don't live in the neighborhood. Yeah. And so we did everything we could to reduce that traffic on Butternut. But also those folks, they're used to having a nice open field.
Yep.
Nothing right behind them. These townhomes will push up pretty close to those residences, so it's real nice to have that 6-foot privacy fence around the property. So people can, if anything, just again, not feel like they're being encroached on too much.
All right. Next thing we want to talk about, council considered resolutions adopting assessments for street reconstruction for this year. There's 3 different areas, and this is the full reconstruction we were just talking about earlier that's done usually several miles of streets. We usually do on an annual basis, and these are actually the assessments for that project.
Yeah, it's $2,430 per resident, for the single-family homes.
Right.
And that really is a portion of what it actually costs.
Right.
Anything over and above that is covered in people's taxes.
Yep.
And so the north end of the Oaks of Shenandoah, they had area on Shenandoah Boulevard, kind of like just before you get to Main Street, south of Main Street, west of Shenandoah Boulevard.
Yep.
And the area, it's a neighborhood, it's been around for quite a while, over by Sand Creek School, up on Olive Street, just south of Main. Those are kind of the main areas. And this is reconstruction. This is taking it right down to everything, doing some replacement of curbs if necessary, hydrants. It's kind of a big project, but So, and that, we're doing a pretty good job of staying up on that.
Yeah.
And the product that we're putting in, the new streets are thicker, and hopefully they'll last longer.
Yeah. All right, so that's going on now. I know they've already started the one project, and let's do it in phases. Everybody that's affected has been notified, obviously, due to the assessments being adopted. And yeah, it's always a summer of construction, as they say.
Yep.
All right. Next time we want to talk about council adopted or approved and adopted resolutions accepting grant funds and approved an agreement. This is for the Watershed Bases Implementation Grant. It's a cost sharing agreement. This is some additional stuff we're doing with street sweeping is what it winds up. Can you explain?
Well,
Yes.
I've learned a little bit about the trommel screening plant.
Yes.
So it basically is this machine that will help separate the sand and organic material from the street sweepings.
Yes.
So we can keep that separate.
Yep.
And that's great from an ecological standpoint. And it also allows us to reuse some of those things. So that's a great part of this. Another part of this grant, which is it's not just Watershed District, but looking for funds from other places, allows us typical street sweepings about 5 times a year.
Yep.
And so now we'll be increasing for a while to 7 times a year and concentrating those areas with high tree counts in areas by compromised waterways, so we can try to keep this stuff out of our waterways. And again, with the trees, things get kind of things get a little bit clogged in our water, our sewer, systems. So to help keep things clean from there and keep some of this stuff from running off into our Coon Creek, Mississippi River, wherever it happens to be. That's the best I can do, Steve.
Oh, I heard you did say you researched online the
Little bit,
trommel.
yeah.
And you can actually buy one of these.
Yeah, you could if you wanted one. Okay. Yeah, but it screens things out. It screens things out from the street sweepings.
Okay.
So we're not just taking those street sweepings and putting them in a pile somewhere. We're separating out some things.
Right, because then that needs to be disposed of eventually, and there's additional costs for that as well.
Absolutely.
So appreciate getting these grants and being able to do some additional sweeping in those higher areas, like you said, with the higher tree canopies and then that are near compromised waterways. All right, that's all we had to talk about from that meeting there. We wanted to quickly talk about, we're approaching Memorial Day weekend here, and there's some upcoming events for that.
Yeah. So Saturday, there's 2 memorial services coming up on Saturday. The first one is at the Field of Honor. So Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, there'll be different veterans entities, but primarily VFW, American Legion, will have a memorial service at the Field of Honor Morningside Memorial Gardens, which is at 11800 University Avenue. Nice memorial ceremony at 10 o'clock. And then At 11:30, they'll have another memorial service up at the Bunker Hills Activity Center. So that's not our Bunker Hills Event Center, right? That's the Activity Center on Bunker Lake Boulevard in Andover. Be another memorial service there, and afterwards they'll be having like a picnic, open to everybody to come. So that's on Saturday, and on Monday, and I'm not sure on the times. There's going to be a memorial service at the on Memorial Day at the Epiphany East Cemetery. Usually they're around 9 o'clock, 9:30. Epiphany East Cemetery, there'll be a memorial service there. Then there'll be another one at the Joyce Chapel Cemetery. Soon after Epiphany, there'll be one at the Joyce Chapel Cemetery. So we've got 4 memorial services going on this weekend.
All right. We also want to talk about some upcoming events. We got our summer concert series kicking off here soon. Hard to believe, but June 5th is that first concert.
Yeah. Church of Cash.
There you go.
Church of Cash, yep. So what a great series that is.
Yeah. And that's at the Coon Rapids Dam, right?
Right at the Coon Rapids Dam, and they don't charge you for parking when you come in. Bring a blanket, bring a picnic, bring a blanket, bring a lawn chair. Come on out. It's really nice. You've got the like the theater, the amphitheater type area. Then you've got like the nice hill, and a lot of people come out. It's a great event. Get there a little early if you can.
Yeah, and they sell food too. Some of our nonprofit Boy Scouts.
Yep, Boy Scouts will be there selling food, and it's just a great event.
All right. So again, Thursday nights this summer, starting June 5th, going through August 7th. There is a break during 4th of July week, so there's no concert that week, but 7 p.m. is when the music starts, and like I said, free parking.
Yep.
Check that out. We'll also be having our annual Summer in the City meetings coming up.
Yes.
I know you attend those, right?
Oh yeah, they're great. It's great. First one is actually by my house. It's June 10th at Thorpe Park on Crooked Lake Boulevard, up from Morris By.
We planned it that way.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, just you've got the Public Works there, you got the police department there, fire department there. You have all the different entities from the city there with displays. There's typically ice cream. There's water.
Yep.
It's just a great event, and this first one's up at Thorpe Park again, right on Crooked Lake Boulevard by Morris By. But you don't have to live in the neighborhood to come.
Right.
You come from everywhere. We want people to come to all these parks. If you're not familiar with some of these parks, it's just a great way to see what we have.
Yep.
So that first one is at Thorpe Park on June 10th.
Yep. And then June 24th at Lions Coon Creek Park, and July 22nd at Parkside Park off 99th Avenue.
Yeah, and a lot of people know Lions because it's right on Hanson.
Yes.
But Parkside is a beautiful little park right there on 99th, and I think that it's just nice to see some of these parks that you might not think about.
Yep. 6:30 date. Come check that out. And again, all this information is in the newsletter. One other thing we want to talk about was the farmers market. It's coming up here too in June.
June 18th is the date I have for that, Steve.
You are correct. I was going to try to find that page quickly, but June 18th.
June 18th at the Coon Rapids Ice Arena.
3 to 6.
Yep, at that parking lot that's on the south side of the building there.
Yeah. I'm not finding it quickly. Like we said, there's 20 pages here, but it goes until, I know it goes till about October 8th. Wednesdays from 3 to 6 in the Ice Center parking lot. So vendors, these are locally grown things from the Anoka County Growers Association. And then last year we also added in some other non-produce vendors. So people, crafters, different, some other types of food and treats and different things. So if anybody does have something, a booth they want to have out there, they can actually sign up on the city's website. They can't sell their own produce, but if you're a different type of crafter or that type of thing. So check that out if you're interested in.
And the bigger the better.
Yeah, and that's the kind of.
Let's make it bigger.
That's kind of the thing, because some people have wanted some more, and we can't compete against the Growers Association. They're kind of responsible for those vendors, but we've added some other to kind of make it a bigger deal.
Yep.
So again, this is all in the newsletter. I've been been paging through this, but you'll be getting this in your mailbox first week of June, sometime there, this will come out. This has all the information. There's one whole page dedicated to 4th of July, so all of the activities going on for 4th of July. And then again, the summer concert series, the Summer in the City meeting we just talked about, all those dates are in here. So be sure to check that out when it comes out.
Yep.
All right. Well, seeing this is your once yearly appearance.
Yeah, I'll see you next year.
Is there anything else you want to add? I know. Do you have any
No.
special updates for us? Because, you know, if you don't follow Pat on social media, he usually beats us on like all the information. So.
Well, I guess the thing that's happening, you know, I mean, right now is, you know, finally they're starting to work on the old White Castle on Main Street. And they've got the fencing up, they've got the dumpsters, they've got the office. So hopefully they'll start disassembling the old White Castle and they'll start building that Panda Express soon.
Okay, there you go.
And I think that's the only thing that's really happening right now that.
And then do you know Dollar Tree is apparently moving into the Party
that's right.
City
No, I
space?
forgot about that one,
Okay.
Steve. Yes, Dollar Tree is moving into the Party City. So boy, I don't like to see empty businesses. It's just not good. I want to see those businesses filled.
Yep. And Riverdale has definitely been a vibrant area for some time, and there could be more stuff coming here in the future. So stay tuned. Follow the city's social accounts. Follow Pat as well, and hopefully you'll get the information one way or the other.
Throw a little history in there too for those folks who are interested in Coon Rapids history.
Yes. Yes. Well, you'll like it. There's an article from the Arts Commission here about the old Red Owl Family Center.
Oh, wonderful.
Do you remember the Kodak booth, the 1 hour developing? There was a stand.
You know,
there's a photo.
It's so funny you mentioned that because I was at Goodyear yesterday and I was looking at the curbing that was there and I was going to snap a picture of it because I've got a picture of that Kodak booth somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to show that and put in that booth and say, hey, you remember this?
Yeah.
It's so funny you mentioned that.
Yes. Historical Commission did a nice little article on the sort of the history of the Red Owl Family Center.
Yeah.
Which is now, of course, where Grand Slam is located.
Grand Slam's doing real well there.
All right. Yep. Well, that's all I got, unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, it was nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming today and talking to us about both our meetings in May. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here again after our 2 meetings in June.